Hey guys, David here. Just thought I'd jump on for a few minutes and say hi and say happy Labor Day weekend to all of you. And, I was just sitting here. I'm just outside my house. It's Sunday afternoon. My wife's in the house cleaning up the playroom. Last night we had the families over, and so that means that when kids they play with their toys and get them out. So she goes in there usually on Sunday afternoons to put everything away, pick up things. So she's doing that. I happened to walk in and I took a nap, which is one of my apparently favorite things to do nowadays. I had lunch and I fell asleep in my recliner for about an hour. She took a short nap too. When I woke up, she was out of the chair and sit there for a few minutes, and then wander around the house trying to figure out where she was at. She was in the bedroom picking up the toys and all that. So I noticed in the corner of the playroom was a teddy bear, a stuffed animal, kind of slumped over in the corner. It was a penguin. Um, it was a penguin that my son Christian got when he was a boy. One of his favorite things to do. He's 29 now. He'll be 30 in December. But one of his favorite things to do. Actually, he's 30. No, 29. But anyway, one of his favorite things to do is he'd take his birthday money, and he loved to go to a place called Build a Bear Workshop, and they still have one in our town. And if you're not familiar with that place, you can go out there and kids they can pick out a stuffed animal, whether it's a teddy bear or a stuffed animal dog or anything, and they basically pick out this stuffed animal, and then you can choose some accessories. They have things you can do. You can back then you could add like a heart where it would glow, and take a battery, it would take, and you'd have a little heart that you would squeeze his hand, and his heart would light up underneath. The skins. You could kind of see a little red glow. Anyway, my son Christian decided to do that, so he bought that years ago. But I just happened to see it in the playroom this afternoon, so I picked it up, looked at it, felt the battery pack. I'd forgotten all about it and didn't realize it had a battery pack. So I squeezed a hand, expecting a voice to come out, and nothing happened. So I put a couple of AA batteries in there, and squeezed the hand and expected a voice or a sound to come out, but no sound came out. But then I looked at it and noticed that it had a little red spot where the heart was. And so I squeezed the hand again, this little glowing red heart, and thought, man, I wonder, how many years it's been since anyone squeezed that hand and saw that red heart glowing. And I thought of my son Christian and wondered about how many times he must have squeezed that hand when he was a little boy to watch that heart glow, in the dark with the covers over him. And it just really took me back, and I kind of got hit with a wave of emotions that I didn't expect, and started thinking about how proud I am of all my three kids and their families, how precious each and every one of them are. But once in a while, you miss the little kids. You miss your kids when they were little. You miss the sound of their sweet little voices and the laughter and the playing and the little mischievous things that they would do. So, I had to kind of fight back some tears, which I'm not afraid to say. I'm a pretty sentimental guy. And so I did that, and I decided, I'm going to go outside, smoke my pipe, and write him a text. So I wrote my son Christian a text, explained what I had just experienced. And he wrote me back a nice text as well. And told me that he feels the same way now about he's got two little girls and a little baby boy, and he told me that he feels the same way when he's picking up their toys and all the things that they've created, during their playtime during the day. And so it was a nice text from him. So anyway, just something I was thinking about, how much as parents we love our children, and we're so glad that they grow up successfully and they have families and jobs, but you still miss those times when the little kids sometimes, and you can't replace that time of your family life where your kids are all under one roof living with you, and you take care of them, you can watch out for them and protect them, and then slowly but surely they all leave and you can no longer protect them. You can pray for them, which we do daily, but you can't be that part of their life, where you know all the things that are going on and all the troubles they're going through and all the stresses and stuff. You can't just fix that like you could when you were a parent and they were little. So started thinking about that. Anyway, um, just one of those things to think about. And then I went on to start thinking about my mom who passed away in January, and thinking about Labor Day weekend. And during Labor Day weekend, my mom always talked about her remembrances as a young girl growing up in church, and how the church, churches in our area, in our denomination, would get together at a park in a town up north. I think it was Tulare or Visalia. They had a park called Mooney's Grove. It's still there, but they'd get together and have a big picnic, and all the church youth groups would play games together, and they would eat and have a fun day, and then they'd all go back home to their towns to start school the next day. And she always talked about that. My mother loved the movie Picnic. Now, the movie is a little bit dorky in some ways. There's some silliness involved in that movie, and its acting's kind of over the top in some parts, but I still enjoy watching that movie because it shows kind of what my mom talked about, the old-fashioned thing of people getting together, having a town picnic, and having all these gunny sack races and all that. And so I'll probably watch that movie in her honor, even though the kids and Amy all make fun of the movie. But I still enjoy watching it because it reminds me of my mom and things that she used to talk about when she was a girl growing up. So anyway, just thought I'd mention that, talk about that to you guys for no better reason than just to be able to share it with someone. And hope you guys are having a great Labor Day, and you have a nice day tomorrow. Hopefully you'll have a day off and you can have a nice day to relax and celebrate with friends and family. And so I just thought I'd mention that to you guys, and I'd talk to you. And so thanks for listening to me, and God bless you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.